Welcome to the series. In this series, we will learn about LangChain LCEL or LangChain Expression Language. This is the current leading helper library to build complex AI applications. This is a beginner level course targeted towards mastery. This is part 3. In this video, we will do the following. Part 1, we will work with single variable string prompt templates. Part 2, multi-variable string prompt templates. Part 3, we will discuss multi-variable message prompt templates. And in part 4, we will put it all together and use the prompt templates with chat models like Claude Sonet by Anthropic. Now let's get started. Let's begin with the installation. As you can see, this time it's heck of a lot simpler. Just LangChain community and only one model we're going to be using in this one, which is Anthropic. So we don't need the others. And as you can see, I've already done this installation. Our current version of LangChain is 0.3.10. Just yesterday it was 9. How fast they move, right? All right. So next, let's load up the API keys. As always, I kept it simple. Just put your key variable here and dump the key. And once you're done, just run this module and all your environment variables will be set up. Now we are ready for part 1. All right, so let's get started by importing the necessary libraries like ChatPromptTemplate and human message, system message, and AI message from LangChain schema. Now, these 3 guys we're bringing in just for demonstration purposes. As you can see here, this is a standard LangChain message structure. This is something that LangChain uses internally to, let's say, communicate with the user, communicate with itself, and overall storing the chat history or the entire list of messages. And as you can see, there are 3 types of messages it cares about. System message, this is what shapes up the character of the AI. Human message is something that we ask it or we ask the AI, and AI message would be something that the AI answers to us with, right? So this is the standard structure for all LangChain communications. I just wanted to get you familiar with this so that as we move forward, it will become way more clear. And as you move forward to advanced prompt engineering, all of these are going to be very handy to you. That being said, we're not going to use it here. So now let's move forward to the template string. As you can see, it is a regular string, but with a variable. And within curly braces, whatever word you put in, that becomes a variable. And that makes this guy a template string. And then we take that and pass it to our ChatPromptTemplate class and .promptTemplate method to create a runnable prompt template. Then we take that runnable prompt template and invoke that. And during invocation, we provide the value of that variable like this in a dictionary. Topic equals the moon. And then when we invoke it, the result of that invocation ends up in this prompt variable, and then we print it out. So let's run this. All right, so this is our message, and look what happened to the variable. It got replaced with the value. To have a better look, let's look at this. A single variable template, when invoked, this is what it looks like. As you saw before, topic was the moon. It was in a variable, and this was a single variable template string. And after invocation, the variables get replaced. Now let's move on to the next part. All right, so we begin part 2. Once again, we bring in ChatPromptTemplate here, and this time we're going to be dealing with a prompt with multiple placeholders. For that, we use multi-template, which is our new template string. Here, we're going to have both our system prompt and human prompt just like this. We're saying you are a helpful assistant, and then we're going to put human : tell me an adjective. Let's say it could be funny bedtime story about an animal, which is a variable, learning a lesson. And then we make space for assistant. so that AI knows after this it's supposed to give its answer, right? So this is our multi-placeholder or multi-variable string template. So now we're going to go ahead and create our chat prompt template string using ChatPromptTemplate. We're going to pass our multi-template string here to generate a runnable prompt, which is prompt underscore template, prompt underscore multiple, and then we're going to go ahead and invoke that prompt multiple invoke, and this time we're going to replace both variables with values. As you can see, we have two of them here, adjective and animal, and here we're passing scary as the adjective and tiger as the animal. And once we invoke it, let's see what happens. There you go. You're a helpful assistant. Tell me a scary bedtime story about a tiger learning a lesson. Let's look at this structure in a better way, like this. As you can see, it already got a better looking structure here. As a content, it actually placed exactly the way we did as our system prompt here. And then human colon, tell me about a scary bedtime story about a tiger learning a lesson. And then after two new lines, there will be assistant, by which AI will know after this, he should put his answer. And this extra stuff are just for LangChain's internal usage, right? So before we move forward to part number 3, let's try it with a different variable. Let's say funny. And instead of a tiger, let's give it a monkey, and let's run it. And now, look at that. Tell me a funny bedtime story about a monkey learning a lesson. We're doing all these because this is what our AI is going to see when we pass this along to our model. And all this work of replacing this variable is done by ChatPromptTemplate function by LangChain. And that's the beauty of prompt templating, which is absolutely essential for prompt engineering. That said, let's move to part 3. All right, so in part 3, we bring in our chat prompt template as usual, but this time I'm bringing in the human message, system message, and AI message once again for demonstration purposes to show you the original message structure that LangChain uses. System messages, which will have content and then a string, human message, content, and the string, AI message, and the same thing, right? So this is the basic internal message structure. The reason I show that here, just for a demonstration purpose, is because now we're going to be dealing with another data structure here. This is simply for us. And this way, we're not going to have to simply depend on single or multivariable template strings. This time, we're going to be able to send the entire message structure, a structural input format, to our chat prompt template. And this one is based on a list of tuples. What are tuples? A tuple is a built-in data structure in Python where elements have a fixed order, where the position matters. I mean, first system and then the text, then human and then the text. If you do vice versa, it's not going to work. And another thing about tuple is that it's immutable. Once a tuple is created, its elements cannot be changed, unlike lists where the data structure is mutable. That being said, we can see a very nice data structure here with the variable placeholders. In our system, we just say, you generate names for a gender variable child. This can be replaced by male or female. And as human message, we say, give me name count names, which can be replaced by a number. Give me 5 names, give me 7 names, etc. Right? So this whole message structure now we are able to pass to ChatPromptTemplate.form messages as an argument to build our runnable prompt template. And trust me, this is a way better structure than we've been working with before. And as you will see, let's move forward. Let's print this thing out after invocation. Let's run it. And here we go. Now I know this looks messy, right? But let me show you a better look. this is what actually the output looks like. And as you can see now, it is so organized. System message, it has a content. You generate names for a male child, because we just replaced this gender variable with male, and we have a human message. Give me 3 names. We just replaced name count with 3. Compared to the others, we go back. This is the multivariable one. Everything lumped together under one content. The other one is the same way under human message with one sentence only. But in this case, as you can see, the data is represented in a very organized way. And trust me, this is extremely helpful when you write larger and more complex AI applications. That being said, let's move to some variations. Okay, so I commented out the ones before. Here, I'm just trying to show you a variation of that message structure. What you can do. I'm not suggesting that you need to do this, but in case if you do that, it will still work. As you can see, a tuple as a system message, but a regular human message is given in a standard way. Only difference is that the tuple holds a variable placeholder, but if you use this directly, you cannot use a variable anymore. So this time I'm going to go ahead and replace that gender variable with female, and I'm going to go ahead and run that just to show you that it actually works. You generate names of female child, but there's nothing we could do about this number right here because we used directly human message structure. Now let me show you what happens when you do otherwise. This is usually a prompt template mistake, and the reason I'm showing you is this because it does not generate any errors. This is one of those silent failures that you will see that will create huge bugs without generating an error. These could be very dangerous. For example, here, as you can see, I kept the tuple same, the system message, but here I am putting a variable inside the human message, right? Tell me name count jokes. Everything else is the same. Gender is female now, and name count would be 5. So let's run it. All right, so as far as the tuple goes, the variable is there, replaced, nice. But let's see what happens in the human message. There you go. No error message, no nothing, but yet the variable data is not replaced. It's right there sitting there as a string. So we have to be very careful how we organize our message structure, right? That being said, now let's go to our last module where we put it all together. All right, so finally we're here. This time we're bringing in the chat Anthropic because this is the first time we're going to be using our chat model. And as usual, ChatPromptTemplate. And here we're creating our first message template with tuples. In the system, we're saying you generate names for a male child or a female child, gender as a variable, and the human message, give me 5 names or 3 names, name count as a variable. And these are the placeholders. So now that we have our message prompt ready, we're just going to pass that along as an argument to our ChatPromptTemplate class dot from messages method to build our runnable prompt template. And now that we have our actionable prompt, we're going to go ahead and invoke that by replacing our variables, gender with female and name count with the number 5. Now let's move forward. At this point, we built our runnable prompt object by invoking chat Anthropic using model Claude 3.5 Sonet and temperature 0. And next, we go ahead and invoke that model, Claude_model.invoke, and pass that prompt through to get a result. And in the end, we print the result.content. So let's go ahead and run this. There you go. Here are 5 names for female child: Sophia, Olivia, Emma, Ava, and Isabella. Now we're going to go ahead and change this to male, and we're going to ask for 3 and run it again. Boom. Now we have 3 male child: Ethan, Gabriel, and Lucas. And now you see the beauty of chat prompt templates, right? All right, so now that we have finished putting it all together and generated nice little results, it is time for us to go check out with our friend Langsmith, see what it has been tracing all along. There you go, look at this. Our mastermind series is ready to go here with all these templates, runnable templates. So at the beginning we used moon and then scary, male, etc. Let's go into one. Boom. Look at that. Here's our variable structure, rendered output, metadata, etc. And now finally our chat Anthropic one. Here's our system prompt, our human prompt, all variable replaced, and here's our rendered output. This way you can browse through every single one of them. And one thing to notice here that we used 0 token when we were playing around with only the prompt template. Since we did not use any AI, it did not charge us any token. Yet it kept tracing anyway, our variables and values, etc. So no matter what, connecting to Langsmith is a great idea. With that, I conclude this video about chat prompt template. Stay tuned for a heck of a lot more, and please like and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.